Hi there and welcome to the latest episode of my 10-minute moan. The topic of this 10-minute moan is some outrageous claims by the First Minister, John Swinney, in an interview with the Scottish Sun. So John, I don't know what's going on with this guy, right? But he seems to be evolving into a parody of himself. And the parody of somebody who seemed like a parody of a minister at the start was never a good look, right? But I think he's losing the plot. I think we could end up with Joe McBiden soon if we're not careful. And he's come out with some absolutely outrageous claims. He claims that he is a new nickname of Full On John. He claims to have been mistaken for Bruce Willis previously. He claims to be a heartthrob for women, and the most eligible bachelor, I think, was one of the things that he said, which might be true. Somebody might have said that 10 years ago, but he's clinging to that. He claims that he's a better politician than Nicola Sturgeon, and it's not a high bar to be fair, so he might be right in that one, but what a claim. And he claims never to have made a mistake the whole time he's been in government. No, he did. Honest to God, right? Now, I'm like, this is not right. So I'll get you a couple of things. So he's saying that what we've got now is this full-on John. And he's been rejuvenated. Now, basically, this is a guy who has had a lot of cabinet jobs and stuff. He was a leader for a short while of the party previously. And majority of his time, to be fair, in Holyrood was spent in the front benches. And then I think it was his wife was ill or has some, medical issues, and he stood down. I think he claimed something to do with that at the time. I can't just remember. That might be slightly inaccurate, but I'm sure that's the case. And that was fine. Then about a year later, he came back because Humza was rotten and they tossed him, right? And I think what's happened here is a lot of people thought, and probably it was the truth, that he was just going to be a caretaker, right? And they would have a new First Minister possibly for the Holyrood elections or soon after. But I think that's what's worked against him, because a lot of people are like, well, we're not buying into this guy because he's not going to be here long. So he's trying to reinvent himself as this guy that's going to be here long term. And he's adamant that he's going to win the election in 2026 and be the First Minister until 2031, at least. And I think he's howling at the moon. But some of the claims to say that, you've never made a mistake. Everybody makes mistakes. And you can't go on that length of period of time and not. Then again, it's another outrageous claim was that Scotland's a better place since the SNP took over 17 years ago, despite the fact that the country doesn't believe it. Now, this is a guy that when they get smashed at Westminster election in July said, we are going to listen to people. Well, John, I've got news for you. You're listening to nobody apart from your cabal. Because the general public out there feel we're failing medicine, health service, we're failing education, we're failing infrastructure, we're failing investment in industry and all these things. That's what the public feel. But you're adamant that it's fine, everything's fine. It's all perfect under the SNP government. And that's total lunacy, right? And you are, I know I sort of made a joke about it, you're becoming Joe McBiden. But that's where I see, because I don't think your words and the things that you're coming out with and the plans are yours. I think they're for people behind you. And that's exactly what's happened with Joe Biden over the last 4 years. And anybody who wants to disagree with that is howling at the moon, right? And you're becoming the same. So, calm down. Right? The best thing you could do for your party, and the worst thing you could do for me as a unionist, right, and somebody that's trying to get into Holyrood at the expense of one of your seats, right, is get you to do the right thing. But the right thing for your party would be you just go and find a predecessor now, right? You should have probably just gave it to Katie Forbes when you took the gig, right? Somebody that can be a long term. But I understand why that will not happen, because you don't like her, right? She doesn't fit the criteria of a mad lefty socialist, right? She's a wee bit more central than the rest of you, right? So that ain't going to happen. So just stay, right? Just stay, keep howling at the moon, and by the time we get to the ballot box in May 2026, I'll not be the only person calling you Joe McBiden. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you've not already done so, please hit the subscribe and the notification buttons. Let me know your comments below. That would be fantastic. But most important of all, as long as you're no John howling at the moon, sorry, full on howling at the moon, Swinney, no you, but
everyone else, have a great day. Cheerio, bye now.